Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Here to go over what is quite possibly the greatest Steam update of all time. I truly do not believe that is hyperbole. As long as I've been PC gaming, this is quite possibly the biggest feature that Steam has ever rolled out in terms of making their platform even better. Sure, not everybody is going to take advantage of Steam Families, but what Steam Families offers and what it is trying to do, I think, is absolutely gargantuan for Steam as a platform, so let's talk all about it. There are some limitations, there are some shortcomings of it, but credit to Steam for actually figuring this one out because it's huge for Steam as a platform. So let's get into it. Hello, we are excited to announce Steam Families is now available for all users. It's been in beta for a while. Steam Families is a collection of new and existing family-related features. It replaces both Steam Family Sharing and Steam Family View, giving you a single location to manage which games your family can access and when they can play. So, you have the ability to create a Steam family. To get started, you can create a Steam family and then invite up to 5 family members. You can manage your family from your Steam client, mobile device, or web browser. And by joining a Steam family, each member gains access to the following Steam features. And here's where it gets really spicy. Family sharing. When you join a Steam family, you automatically gain access to the shareable games that your family members own, and they will also be able to access the shareable titles in your library. The next time you log into Steam, this new family library will also appear in the left column as a subsection of your games list. You maintain ownership of your current titles, and when you purchase a new game, it'll show up in your collection. Best of all, when you're playing a game from your family library, you will create your own saved games, earn your own Steam achievements, have access to the workshop files, and more. Family sharing enables you to play games from other family members' libraries, even if they are online playing another game. That is the big thing. So, I haven't taken advantage of family sharing in a long time in the way that it used to be available, but from what I know and how I utilized it in the past, you were able to share your library with your friends and family. However, there was a huge limitation where if your friend was accessing any game you were playing, and then you jumped onto a different game, it would just boot them right off after like 5 minutes or something like that. I think it's like 5 to 10 minutes, whatever it was. Now, you can have a shared library and you can be playing different games. So let's say I'm sharing with somebody in my household and they are playing, I don't know, Elden Ring off my account, and I decide to play Cyberpunk 2077. That is totally fair. I can be playing Cyberpunk 2077. My roommate, my other member of the household can be playing Elden Ring, and that is totally acceptable, and that won't create a conflict. Now, the issue obviously is, let's say I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3, and then my family member also wants to play Baldur's Gate 3. At that point, you will need to own separate copies. You cannot play the same game. That's pretty much how it would work if you had two, let's say, if it was a physical media. If games were a physical media, only one person can have the disc in, and you wouldn't be able to both play it on the same disc, if you guys get what I'm saying. I think this is a huge, huge advantage. Family sharing enables you to play games from other family members' libraries, even if they're online playing another game. If your family has multiple copies of a game, multiple members of the family can play the game at the same time. For a more dedicated look at how family sharing works, see the FAQ below. So that is what you need if you want multiple people playing at the same time. You are going to have multiple copies of the game, but that's totally fine. Family sharing is a feature that developers may opt their games out of for technical reasons or other reasons at any time. Visit the Steam store to see a list of games supporting family sharing to go over some of those titles here. Warhammer Space Marine 2, right there, is a game that is supporting family sharing. Black Myth Wukong, Baldur's Gate 3, NBA 2K25, Elden Ring, Age of Mythology, Satisfactory, which 1.0 just dropped, Persona 3 Reload. I'm sure Final Fantasy 16 will be in there. Final Fantasy 14 is in there. Cyberpunk 2077, as I mentioned, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, a lot of high-quality titles all support family sharing. So, yeah, huge feature. Parental controls as well, if you want to be a little bit safeguarded as far as what you're letting your kid access. Steam Families includes new parental controls that allow parents to set limits on what and when children play games on Steam. You can control which games your children have access to and monitor their activity. This information is available from wherever you access Steam, including your your mobile device when you are away from home. Members of a Steam family can have 1 or 2 roles, adult or child. Any adult family member can manage invites and apply account restrictions. Children are subject to parental controls and do not have permission to manage the family. Parental control features let adults allow access to appropriate games, restrict access to the Steam store community or friend chat, set playtime limits, view playtime reports, approve or deny requests from child accounts for additional playtime or feature access, and then recover a child's account if they lost their password. So a lot of stuff there. And then child purchase requests are also there. We understand a common and sometimes time-consuming task is for parents purchasing games for their children. This usually requires that parents complete a gift purchase or let their kids borrow a credit card and I'm just speaking from personal experience. I'm gonna be real with you guys. My parents, when they gave me their credit card, let's just say sometimes I'd be spending a little bit more than the agreed amount. So for you parents out there, realize that hopefully your child isn't as mischievous as me as I was, but these things do happen. I was a kid, I did some mischievous things, it is what it is, but this is a nice feature to circumvent that. To streamline this process, Steam Families introduces a new payment option where a child account can request an in-family adult to pay for their shopping cart. The adult can approve and pay for the purchase from their mobile device or email. Once approved, all games from the shopping cart will be added to the child's account. There's an FAQ as well. Who can be in a Steam family? While we know that families come in many shapes and sizes, Steam families is intended for a household of up to 6 close family members. That's a sizable group that you can have there. To that end, as we monitor the usage of this feature, we may adjust the requirements for participating in a Steam family or the number of members over time to keep usage in line with this intent. Can I leave a Steam family? So this is a huge restriction. Steam families are intended to contain your immediate family as major life events can change who lives in your household. It is understandable that someday you may need to join a new Steam family. Adults can leave a family at any time. However, they will need to wait 1 year from when they joined the previous family to create or join a new family. Children in a Steam family cannot leave the family themselves and must be removed by an adult in the family or by Steam support. As it is rare that a family member leaves the family, each Steam family slot has a cooldown of 1 year before a new member can occupy that slot. I can understand why that restriction would be in place, just to, negate any tomfoolery. Can I be kicked out of a Steam family? Yes, adult family members can kick any family member out of the Steam family. Can we go through a real-world example of how a Steam family might share games? Of course. Let's say you're in a family with 4 members that you own a copy of Portal 2 and a copy of Half-Life. At any time, any one member can play Portal 2 and another can play Half-Life. If 2 of you would like to play Portal 2 at the same time, someone else in the family will need to purchase a copy of the game. After that purchase, there are 2 owned copies of Portal 2 across the family, and any 2 members can play at the same time. In this example, if your family chose not to buy a second copy, you can play any other game in your library while waiting for your family member to finish playing your copy of Portal 2. Literally how a physical copy would work. Totally cool with that. But they're really essentially making Steam into being able to share physical games, if it were physical games, which I think is awesome. Which games are currently eligible for Steam family sharing? So this is a notable restriction. There are games that are going to be limited. I believe games that have launchers, like a Rockstar game or a Ubisoft game, say goodbye to those ones because those aren't going to be available. Games developer controls whether a game is eligible for sharing with Steam families. All developer settings for the previous Steam family sharing feature are being brought forward to Steam family. So if a game is currently eligible for family sharing, it will remain so in the new system unless the developer chooses to opt out later. In addition, not all games can be shared due to technical limitations. For example, titles that require an additional third-party key account or subscription in order to play cannot be shared in between accounts. We want as many games as possible to be accessible via family sharing, but we realize some games might have special cases where this feature isn't feasible or doesn't give users a good experience. Developers who have these concerns can reach out to us via the partner support page to get help with options and solutions. Do I need to share all of my games with my family? By joining a family, all games are automatically shared with the other family members in your parties. Adult accounts can parental controls to limit which games each child in the family can access. Needless to say, feel like that might be a beneficial feature for some people out there, depending on what kind of games you play. Steam's got games of all shapes and sizes, and we don't judge what you play on this channel, but maybe you don't need your kid to know what you're playing, so, being able to hide games or anything like that, or, it is going to be interesting. Can you hide roommates, if you give your buddy an adult account, and or your family member an adult account, because it should be family sharing, can you hide games from them? I don't believe you can, because adult accounts can just view all of the games. So that's a little bit of a bummer as far as that's concerned. And I'm saying it's a little bit of a bummer for anybody that is, maybe you just don't want your kids to see how much time you're playing into FIFA, or that you're buying yearly releases of all these sports games, and they're gonna judge you for it. That's what it is. What happens if my brother gets banned for cheating while playing my game? If a family member gets banned for cheating while playing your game, you, the game owner, will also be banned in that game. Other family members are not impacted. Do I need to be online to play a shared game? You can play games from the family library offline as long as the game supports family sharing. I'm currently using the existing Steam family sharing feature. What happens now with Steam families? You should set up a Steam family. Once done, Steam will automatically recommend invites, and the family view feature is also noted. So a lot of notes there. Rushed through a lot of it, but I got the main points across. This is a massive, massive addition to Steam, and really pushing Steam as a platform forward, and just great news all around. I know not everybody is going to take advantage of it, but for those of you that are, this is a game changer in its entirety. It's been in beta for a while, but now officially out. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.